5 months since my last video, and since then, this new year has been a challenge to say the least. A lot has happened. I am no longer in my 30s. I no longer have my grandmother. And today marks 2 years since I've had a regular 9 to 5. So the only income that I've been bringing in has been made with my own 2 hands. It's now prom season. As I gather all my materials and inspiration and drive to go ahead and accomplish this challenge, I realize it's going to be alone. Started off with my basic materials. It's time to get back to work. Figured I'd gather the materials. I realized that this table was a bit small for the project that I was going to attempt. So I gathered my pattern pieces, reference photos, and began making my measurements. Simple cutoffs. I figure I'll start with the easiest dress that I have first, to go ahead and get that out the way before I start with more difficult designs. I started with the back, and moved along to the front. I ended up using the top half of the back to make a pattern for the front out of the mesh material that I had. Paired that with the bottom half. Ended up sewing that together. And that gave me the front of the dress. Ended up looking like this. You can also put a dart up in there if you want to. Made my way over to the back, slit the back in half. Ended up sewing that zipper in. Ended up with something like that. Went ahead and put those two together, turned it inside out, went ahead and placed it on the mannequin to see what we're looking like so far. So far, so good. Fairly easy dress. You've been here before. After that, you know what time it was. Grab that bodice piece. Cut that boy out. Went ahead and placed it on the mannequin, on the dress, pinned those pieces in place on how I wanted to line up actually. This part of this dress was the hand sewing. These designs are one of the most simplest designs you can ever put together for prom, if you know the skills and right things to do. added a little fringe on the shoulders, and she pretty much done, really. She looking good already. My client wanted a little bit of trim on the edges of the train, so we headed back to the fabric store. Grabbed some silver trim. I was only going to use the edges of that. I needed about 4 yards, but I ended up grabbing 2 yards of that material to cut out the bottom and the top trim, so I don't overly spend or overly grab more material than I really need. Once you cut that boy out, you sew that boy on, and there she go. Appreciate y'all being patient with me. We finna get back into it. You already know what time it is. Like and subscribe.